Us. Okay, today I'm gonna talk about martial art weapons or weapons in the martial arts. Different type of weapons in different styles. So in every style there's a different weapon. The Japanese, Chinese, the Philippine, Korean, every single style have a different form of weapon. You have three-sectional staff, you have nunchuck size cameras. So to be proficient in all the weapons, in your lifetime, you can know how to use it, but to be proficient in it, where you're skilled in it, where now you're not thinking about spinning that nunchuck, you're not thinking about moving the sword around, you're not thinking about using the bow, you're just flowing with it. It just comes natural. That take a lifetime of training. So that's why martial arts is the way of life. It's a journey where you travel. So you pick up different techniques, different styles, different weapons, practice with it. But to be proficient takes dedication and years of training, years. So when I say years, like for me, I have a couple weapons that I'm proficient with, which I'm like, once I have it in my hand, I don't think about using it. It just flows. Like one weapon I'll say is a nunchuck or the nunchaku. I use a weapon maybe for the past 20 something years, 20 something, 25, 27 years, whatever. Long time I use a weapon for. So I train with it every day. I don't train with it every day anymore, but to get proficient with it, I was training with it every day. Like now I probably, train like once or twice a week or so. But when I was practicing, I practice every day. And when I train, I would train like one move, maybe just a spinning motion. So I spin that chucks every day, that one motion. Then the next day I move on to a next move. Or sometimes I'll just stay with one technique for like months and months just doing one technique. And then when I say, when I feel good with it and I don't think about doing that move anymore, then I move on to the next one. But when you're thinking about the move and you're like, oh man, I have to spin it left foot, I have to spin it right. Once you're doing that, you still need training. It has to become natural to you. Come natural like walking, right? So to be proficient in every single weapon, it's not impossible, but in your lifetime, it's not going to happen because it's going to take 10, 11, 12 years to even become a master at it, to like understand it, to you can relate to it, to become part of you. So like the nunchucks, the bow, staff, those two weapons I say I'm proficient in. Because once I have it in my hand, I don't think, it just comes natural. There's no like I do one move and I'm thinking about the other move. It just flows, just automatically does it. Like the sai and I would say the kamas, bow staff and the nunchaku. Those I'm very proficient. Like maybe like the sai and samurai sword. Those weapons I can use it, but I didn't practice enough like I practiced with the other weapons. I spent more time practicing the other weapons. Those weapons I use, but I'm not proficient with it. So sometimes I catch myself thinking of the movement. So it's good to train, man. Train all the weapons if you can. But you must know that to be proficient in any martial arts style, any weapon takes years of dedication, takes years of training. You can't pick something up one day, use it. Like for say, you can always learn something. Like I can teach you something and you can learn it in an hour. You can learn it. But do you truly understand it? Is it something that is natural to you? Like if I say do it quick, but don't think, can you do it quickly? without thinking of the movement. So you see, it's something that it has become natural and be proficient in a way where you're not thinking anymore. If you catch yourself thinking, you still need learning. And it's something where, when time of to use it and you need to use it, it's just there. You're not like second thinking, or you're not like going back to first resort, like what you would do, but you're going to use that technique that you learn. So that's why I say to learn something takes years to learn. To be proficient at it and to be master of it, to understand it, takes years of training. Just like you're learning anything. Could be like you're learning a song, learn to sing something, you learn to play the piano. You cannot learn overnight. You can learn it, or you can kind of grasp the concept of it. But to be proficient, where you're not making no mistakes, you're not thinking, that takes years. So it's fine to practice. Practice all you want. Practice anything. Practice all the weapons, do everything you want. But to truly understand it, you have to break it down, take technique, and practice for like months that one technique. Then you move on. When you find out that, and you will know when you're proficient with it, because then you're just doing it. And you're not even thinking. You're just like, oh, I'm not thinking anymore. You can, drink some tea and just do it. You're not thinking. That's when you know that you reach that level. Then you can move on to the next step. And that goes for anything. That goes for any kickboxing, Muay Thai, any Kung Fu, any Taekwondo training. You never done a kick, but I taught you a kick one day. You did it. Okay, cool. You can do the kick one day. You learn in an hour or two. That doesn't mean that you mastered that kick, because maybe you don't do that kick for maybe a week, but you learned it last week, but you don't do it again. You just go jump on to the next thing, to maybe boxing. I guarantee you, the following week, I come to you and say, do that kick. You probably won't be able to do it, or you're not gonna remember it, or you probably do it, but you're thinking of doing it, because you didn't spend that time and months of training it consistently, where it becomes natural. So that's why I say you can learn something, but to be proficient, take dedication and years of training. Focusing on that technique every day. Mastering it. Breaking down the concept of it. Figuring out, why am I kicking there? Why is that kick going there? What's the target I'm going to kick it with? What am I hitting it with? I'm throwing my leg up there, but where is what object am I hitting? How do I use the hips through that technique? So there's a lot. There's a lot to learn. So so that's my little talk on martial weapons, and about different techniques, and learning, and take years to learn, and you can't learn overnight. Everything, to be proficient at something takes dedication and years, and just practicing that one aspect of it first, then you move on. Alright, so you guys can keep on kicking, keep on training weapons, keep on doing all type of martial arts, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, karate, capoeira, even gymnastics. Do everything you want. And check out Gichie.com, subscribe, rate this channel, and